Namaste, Devi or Sajno, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Sound Home Podcast. With us today, like always, is my highly skilled, trained professional co-host, Mr. Parth Balunskar. And today we have a really special guest, all the way from where all of us live, which is Pune. We've got Mr. Raghav Parmar, who's a filmmaker. He's an independent filmmaker. He's recently put out his wonderful docu series called Homegrown, which features independent artists of different fields put together in this wonderful episodic uh, documentary, like I said, which tracks them and discovers them as artists and lets you know a lot about their processes and how they do what they do so well. So Raghav, how's it going, bro? So good to have you here.
All good, man. Thanks for introducing my docu the way you did. मतलब मेरे को सोचना पड़ता था ऐसा
अरे
क्या क्या बोलूं अभी इनके बारे में.
मुझे तो
हाँ
genuinely
but
बहुत पसंद है bro. मैं if I
hey,
genuinely
thanks
like
man,
something,
thanks.
I will go out of my way to ensure कि if there's somebody around me to tell, and there's no thing, bro. I think that's what you're supposed to do. अगर कुछ
I'm glad,
पसंद आता है
man. Glad.
genuinely तो वही है bro. I really liked how you sort of put this together. I know that you have been waiting on this for a while. You made it a while back, and then you sort of, I think lockdown happened and all
Yes.
these things, and you sort of released it. You took your own time to sort of put it out, which I found really
Yes.
interesting.
So this particular documentary was like my playground as a filmmaker, to be honest.
Ah,
मतलब
ah,
I
ah,
had a lot of footages, I had a lot of vision,
ah.
and I had a lot of experience of these other people also. मतलब
Right.
मेरा गलती भी इनके experiences से छुप गया था, if
Ah,
you guys notice वगैरह. So it
ah.
was mainly I shot this back at the end half of the year 2019. 2019
Okay.
में मैंने ये shoot किया था
Ah.
and
Hmm.
I did make an edit.
Hmm.
2019 में मैंने एक edit बना दिया था
Hmm.
and I think that is going to grave with me. मैं कोई नहीं देखेगा वो. So this was my first project as a
release the Parmar cut.
no bro, that's
Yeah.
gone. अभी वो है मेरे पुराने लैपटॉप में जिसमें मैंने
हाँ
एडिट किया था.
हाँ
तो
6 महीने बाद HBO Max पे आएगा, डोंट वरी.
so
वैसा.
हाँ, तो it was like मैंने तब किया था and that was my first editing gig. मतलब मैंने पहली बार एडिट पे ऐसे बैठा. I wasn't very used to editing. मतलब मेरे जो दोस्त थे वगैरह सब they used to edit my vision. But this time I was like, let me step up. Let's see. Let's go out of the box. Let's try editing this out. And I failed pathetically, to be honest.
No.
मुझे I
Lot of respect to editors, bro. It's a very difficult job.
oh
It's a
yes,
very
yes. It is very difficult, to be honest, and it takes a lot of experience. It's not कि अरे तुमको Avid आता है तो तुमको job मिल जाएगा. नहीं,
नहीं.
software तुम if Bharat, if you ever require software requirements वगैरह ऐसे if you put out, I will be ready even if I don't know that software. Give me 45 minutes with the software. That
हाँ.
is at the end of the
Yeah.
day, it's just an
Yeah.
interface, right?
Right.
Editing is right here in the head.
Absolutely.
How you see.
Absolutely.
तो I didn't have a vision at all. मैं बोला अरे बाप रे मैं ये क्या कर रहा हूँ, खुद को कुछ ज्यादा ही हीरो समझ रहा हूँ. Should I just get back to journalism वगैरह? ये ऐसे सब thoughts आए थे. And then I kind of left it there. तो बीच में and I was like कि चल अभी मेरा final year चल रहा है ना, तो I got piled up with other this thing क्या बोलते हैं projects and stuff. Assignments बहुत सारे आ गए थे and I was like ठीक है, this let me put it aside for a while. और वो aside कुछ ज्यादा ही हो गया, पूरा दुनिया ही चेंज हो गया उतने टाइम में. By that time I was supposed to edit out something else that I was working on by March, but उतने में I had to go back to my hometown Hyderabad.
Right.
So I was like, okay, ये पड़ा है side में. And the thing with me was कि I gave myself excuses. Yeah, so yeah, I wanted to talk about that. I as a person, I started giving excuses to myself कि अरे मेरे पास तो अच्छा लैपटॉप है नहीं यार, क्या एडिट करूँ अभी, दुनिया आधा बंद हो चुका है, क्या पॉइंट है. मतलब अभी कॉलेज होता तो मैं मस्त कॉलेज के मैक में एडिट किया होता. ऐसे all such sort of thoughts came into me for a month or two. I started getting into my comfort zone वगैरह and then I was like, okay, ये कुछ ज्यादा comfortable हो गया and I am not heading anywhere. Plus फिर मैं just randomly I was going through my laptop वगैरह, I saw some footages and I was like, okay, I shot something so good. These artists have so much to talk.
You sort of saw the merit in it after like you saw that.
Yeah, I thought it was like I was just going through and I gave myself excuses, to be honest. And after that I was like, let it go. मेरे पास एक the laptop that I edited this on is an i3 processor system.
Okay.
So it gets very difficult. मतलब इससे मेरा बाल खींच देने का मन कर रहा था मेरे उस पे एडिट करने पे. क्योंकि बहुत पेशेंस लगता है and 300 times कुछ crash हुआ है मेरा system ये वो, but I just wanted to get done with it. So it was like my trial and error. मैं ये video देख रहा हूँ, फिर मैं ये edit कर रहा हूँ, फिर one day I make another cut, फिर next day मेरे को वो पहले वाला cut पसंद नहीं आ रहा है, तो I just re-edited. This went on, मतलब process पूरा चलता गया till I understood कि how to genuinely edit and how I can put it out. Not even like edit, मतलब I very strongly feel कि editing कभी खत्म ही नहीं होगा. तुम्हारे पास इतने रास्ते आएंगे. You evolve as an editor every
If you are honest with your work, तो editing कभी खत्म नहीं होता. If you are genuinely, if you really want to put out a good product, and if you really care about what you're doing and every minute aspect of it, क्योंकि editing भी ऐसी चीज है कि it's not like कि 30% consistently edit किया और बीच का 20% lag हो गया और end का 30% हो गया. There has to be some consistency in it, ना, in terms of what you're saying. So I agree with that. But what I really found interesting is that you took your own, like your main project as a thing that you'll possibly learn editing on. Because
exactly, yeah,
that is a very risky sort of proposition where you.
I know. I realized this एकदम midway में कि shit यार मैंने इतने artists को involve कर दिया है, मैं letting them down वगैरह.
No, correct.
In the back of my head वगैरह कि will I be able to give them something? So I was like, I somehow have to grow as a editor. I have to learn it on my own because no excuses given. Lockdown में I was in Hyderabad. I know no editors, literally no filmmakers in general, to be honest. So there I had a lot of time in my hand, and yeah, so I sat with it one day, and then it was like एक routine बन गया था मेरा दिन में. I used to wake up around 9:30, 10:30 तक ऐसे breakfast वगैरह सब खत्म. Go sit on your laptop. अभी lock yourself in the room with a water bottle and sit in front of the laptop. ज्यादा से ज्यादा इंसान क्या करेगा? कितना ही टाइम मैं ब्राउज करूंगा? अभी फेड अप हो गया मैं ब्राउज कर करके. तो आई वाज लाइक चलो एंड ऑफ द डे लेट्स जस्ट स्टार्ट एडिटिंग. जो हो रहा है होने दो. 10 बार क्रैश हुआ होने दो. इट्स माय फॉल्ट बिकॉज मैंने खुद डिले किया. आई गॉट इनटू दैट कंफर्टेबल जोन एंड आई डिलेड इट एंड आई टेक अ स्टैंड फॉर दैट. तो आई वाज लाइक चलो नाउ दैट आई हैव डिलेड दिस लेट मी मेक द मोस्ट आउट ऑफ दिस. And I went all out on it. मतलब मेरे को जो फॉर्म दिखता है, ये दिखता है, वो दिखता है, and I didn't choose the, what do you say, the orthodox that I learned in the college. I was like, चल ना, let's try something. कुछ तो अलग एक try करते हैं. मेरे को बहुत I knew certain rules की rule of third, जैसे मेरे को कैरेक्टर को इधर रखना है, ये रखना है. I was like, चलो पता है, but अभी मेरे को वो नहीं करना है. अभी मेरे को मेरा कैरेक्टर को सेंटर में रखना है, अच्छा लग रहा है. तो I went all out with it, and then at one point I was thinking कि यार कुछ ज्यादा एक्सपेरिमेंट नहीं कर रहा हूँ क्या. And after that I had my own thoughts उसमें कि क्या am I doing it a little too much. So in the end I took a break for 3 to 4 days while editing this in between, and I was like, let's give it a honest shot कि I have to stop somewhere. I have to realize that I have to stop somewhere. And that's when I decided to like put it out. So if you see मेरा इंस्टा पे लास्ट पोस्ट 2016 में था. फिर उसके बाद आई पोस्टेड अ स्टोरी एंड आई वाज लाइक सुनो आई वाज वर्किंग ऑन समथिंग एंड आई थिंक आई पुट इट आउट टुडे इटसेल्फ. तो ये लो. I didn't hype it up. I didn't even tell my artists properly. I was like, hey listen ना कि मैंने ये एक एडिट बनाया है, ये देखो तुम लोग, अच्छा लगा तो let me know if there's any changes. मैं एक दिन देता हूँ, वो changes let me know. जितना होता है I want to put it out tomorrow. अभी बहुत हो गया because I was every day I was evolving as an editor. मतलब every day I felt कि मैं कुछ तो अलग कर सकता हूँ. But I had to stop somewhere. And that's when I stopped. I just put it out. मतलब एक एल्गोरिथम होता है, ये रहता है, वो रहता है. मैंने पढ़ा था उसके बारे में कि एल्गोरिथम करना पड़ेगा, हाइप करना पड़ेगा, रील्स बनाना पड़ेगा, ये वो. But at the end I was like कुछ ज्यादा ही हो रहा है अभी. Let me just put it out now. And I put it out. So yeah, that was the story.
Wow, bro.
Putting that out.
That's interesting. But this is like more of the post-production aspect of it. What I also even want to know is like talking about pre-production and production of it. Like first, let's start with pre-production. Post-production, definitely very interesting story, and I think it's a very good lesson for people also. Because what I really like about it is that you were very patient with it. You know, even like you're saying, like I know how bummed out you can be when like your system is crashing again and again. Then you're working on it. And sometimes you're in a flow and then those things happen. I'm sure that it might have not been the best scenario, but you still held your ground. And it doesn't seem what I really found interesting about it is that it doesn't come in the final edit. It's not an excuse that this was edited by a person who's editing it for the first time. And that's what I feel is, that's what I feel should be seamless about the mechanics of filmmaking. That it should not look like it's short, right? It should be like you're in an illusion, you're drawn into an illusion for the amount of time you're watching it. That's what I was also sort of taught by my teachers. So I completely agree on that. Tell me about like how did the pre-production happen? also tell us about like how did you sort of approach these artists? How much time did you take to sort of
Okay.
persuade them and all those things?
Okay, yeah. So that's an interesting story. So
Hmm.
so I was pretty frequent to the open mics वगैरह. I used to manage it. Hello?
Right. Absolutely.
Hello? So what happened was I was pretty frequent to the open mics and scene. I used to manage it
Right.
with
Absolutely.
Ritik. I used to manage it with Ritik.
All right.
So Ritik usually they used to pick gigs and all. So
Hmm.
I was like, चल तू gig पे जा. I'll manage the open mic. क्या चालू है क्या नहीं.
Right.
And I saw that atmosphere. I was like, okay, this artist is putting his art out, and he's feeling so confident to put it out, which he wasn't before. While he was sitting, he wasn't that confident. But once he started performing, he got so confident. People around started vibing to it. A person never heard this guy before, started
Right.
vibing to him.
Right.
And once
Absolutely.
the open mic was done, they started connecting with each other. I was like, okay, this is such a positive atmosphere. I mean, it gave out such a good vibe. And I had that in my head. Okay, how is this vibe being generated? Is it through art? Is this guy genuinely good at networking or something? So I had that in mind. So I always enjoyed it. So 3-4 open mics, it was in the back of my head. मतलब subconscious में register कर लिया था कि ऐसा कुछ होता है. And then college में I was just sitting at a class था, research का class था मेरे. And we were supposed to make a research paper. So my sir was like, anything that you've been thinking since quite some time, वगैरह वगैरह, try researching on that, ये वो. तो I was like, मैं क्या सोच रहा हूँ आजकल. And उसी evening को open mic था. So I was like, okay, I'm thinking about the open mic. तो open mic के artists वगैरह भी है. I was like, okay. And research में एक topic sir को देना था. So I was like, sir, I want to research about the artists that are around me, the circuit of Pune. So I was like, okay, wow, that is good. But do you think would that look good on paper? I was like, point है, paper में लिखूंगा क्या होगा? So I was like, let's take a step forward. Why not? I tried documenting it. So my sir was like, yeah, that is also an option. मतलब documentary बनाने के लिए भी एक research लगता है. So if you want to research for a documentary, do that. So my topic was only to research about the documentary, not to make a documentary. But मैं research में इतना डूब गया था कि I was like, why not? हाँ, why not? Exactly. So this is how it struck me, and sir was like, he was very confident. So I had very chill sir, Swapnil sir. He was very chill. He was very open to ideas and everything.
Shout out to Swapnil sir. But yeah.
Shout out to Swapnil sir.
Big shout out to my homie Swapnil sir. But yeah.
हाँ, तो he was very chill and he was very open to the ideas. Like, जा तू try कर, marks का tension मत ले. तेरे को paper देना है, दे. Documentary देना है, दे. Okay, so पूरे class में only 2 people gave an audio visual this thing. And yeah, so while I was talking to sir, मेरा जो दोस्त है, his name is Mustaq. Okay. So Mustaq, he was like beside me and he was listening to me talking to sir. And उसने तब नया नया कैमरा खरीदा था.
Okay.
And he was like, अच्छा राघव सुन ना, तेरा आइडिया काफी अच्छा लग रहा है मेरे को. तेरे को हेल्प चाहिए तो मेरे को बता. So he told it. I don't know if he genuinely asked for help or if he was just being nice to me. But हाँ, तो I was like, एक मिनट, actually मेरे को तेरा काम चाहिए. And he was like, okay, done. एक काम करते हैं, चल. तो मेरे को तेरा आइडिया पता क्या सीन है क्या नहीं, मैं मेरा आइडिया बताता हूँ. So first सर से जब बात कर रहा था तब I thought कि I'll just take a camera from college. Oh shoot, एक दो ऐसे B-roll ले लूंगा, ऐसे साइड में 2 एंगल में रख दूंगा कैमरा, बन गया. But now I had a added member in this. And that member became a permanent part of this crew. So this documentary is just 2-man crew. It was just me and Mustaq. So yeah, he was handling the camera. Both of us were handling the lights. Both of us were handling the visuals. And he was the one who was framing everything. And उसका नया नया कैमरा आया, तो he was very enthusiastic. And मैं भी नया नया कुछ तो try कर रहा हूँ, तो I was also very enthusiastic कि चलो करते हैं.
Correct.
And we just like headed out. So I tried talking to people first. First off, I started talking to. I was like थोड़े बड़े बड़े तीर मारते. I texted everyone. मतलब मेरे को जो पूरे सर्किट में दिखते थे, मैंने सबको ऐसे ईमेल वगैरह लिखना चालू कर दिया कि hey, you're this artist. कैसे मतलब फिडल क्राफ्ट, गौरव कडू सब तक पहुंच गया मैं. रिप्लाई आया नहीं है, बाद में देखते. but I just reached out to them, and
Right.
one of such was Good Bad Comics. While I reached out to her, she was quite a big deal. मतलब Instagram में she has a verified account, and she started talking to. She was like, "Okay, I really like this idea of yours, but I am very caught up with things and stuff." So she was caught up with stuff. So she was like, "I wish I could be a part of this, but I'm a little caught up." So I was like, "It's okay, chalo, thank you for at least acknowledging this, वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह." And after that, मैं फिर I was not able to find an illustrator. I generally wanted some artist as मतलब जो ऐसा कुछ कर रहा है. None of them were replying back to me. So I was like, ठीक है, let me just do it without these guys. And I started doing my research वगैरह and stuff. But मेरे को रात को around 11:30 उसी का email वापस आता है saying कि hey listen, so I am going to go to this place called T. So yeah, I got an email from her saying कि okay, I'll be available at this place. वहाँ पे एक छोटा सा exhibition हो रहा है. Why don't you come there, and if it मतलब suits your this thing, shoot it ना. I was like, okay, चलो कुछ तो एक chance मिला है, and I wasn't prepared. मतलब you need to be a little prepared, right? I was like, okay, नया location है, let's just freestyle वहाँ पे. So that's how the Good Bad thing happened, and that was my first shoot.
Right.
मतलब उससे पहले मैंने किसी का shoot नहीं किया, and with her, and she was such a genuine sweetheart. पता है इतनी she was such a vibrant person. She made me feel so confident about myself उसके बाद कि wow कि अरे this is going so good, and I got that positivity. So that was like a kickstarter to my shoot. फिर उसके 3-4 हफ्ते बाद I started shooting the rest, but she just had this one day. So उसमें I was like, let's shoot her part.
Right.
So that's how the process started, and she was the one who made me very confident about going forward with this. So yeah.
You talked about like she was a very genuinely very very warm kind of a person.
Yeah, very warm, welcoming, and vibrant.
Yeah, and that shows in the episode as well. Like,
right,
she was so genuine about what she does, and what needs to be done, and all of that. I mean, I really enjoyed that episode, to be honest.
Absolutely.
And I saw that episode at the very last for some reason. Because I got to know about the episode because because of the episode that you did with Himanshu and Ratik. So that's the one that I saw the first, and then I saw that there is one with the whole crew, and then that's the one. So that drawn on, and then I saw that there was the first episode, which I don't know why I didn't see first. But again, I mean that. The good thing about all the 3 episodes is like these are 3 different genres.
Yes.
And all the 3 episodes have a different vibe to it. I mean the way it has been produced as well. So kudos to you, kudos to you, and about keeping that vibe intact. I mean that's what I was trying to point out when I said that it showed in the episode that how generous, warm, and vibrant she was. That completely showed. You can't do that with the same post production that you did for the other episodes, right?
Exactly. So yeah, I tried giving 3 different episodes 3 different treatments. So I kept that in mind. Everything is different, so let's just give a different vibe to it. So if you see, उसका ratio भी मैंने ऐसे छोटा सा कर दिया था, a square this thing, and underground का I kept a little undergroundy. So underground का what happened was कि I really want to share underground ka story with you guys.
Yeah.
Sure, bro. Please.
So underground, what happened was I just started off meeting this guy Saranya, Seventh Sense. I just came across one of his videos, and I was like, oh, okay. Someone in Pune is flowing such bars, and I am not aware of this person. So I just hit him up, and turns out he was a friend of Ritik.
Oh wow!
I was like, So I was like, Ritik, एक काम करना, मेरे को इससे मिला कि who is he? And I was like, okay, इससे कब मिलना है? मैं बोला आज ही मिलता है. तो आज ही, that day he didn't have time. I was like, तेरे पास जब भी टाइम रहा कहीं पे भी. He stayed in Undri and I stayed at Shivaji Nagar.
Okay.
So he told me कि I'll be free after 10. I was like, okay, 10 बजे पहुंचते हैं. So we went all the way ऐसे रात को 10 बजे to Undri just to meet him. And I was like, so now I'm doing this and I genuinely want you in. Because I don't know, I was very fascinated by your flow. Or I don't know how you're writing, whatever you're doing. I just want to, I just want you to put that out. I really will document. I'm not, मतलब मेरा इससे पहले कोई काम नहीं था. And I didn't have something to show it to him. Yet he still trusted me. All these artists, yeah, I really want to thank all these artists. They trusted me without seeing any of my previous work, which I didn't have. And I was very welcomed by that. So yeah, so I met So I met Saranya and so he was like, चल एक काम कर, next week तू आ जा, let's catch up and let's shoot. तो मैं next week गया उधर पर, तो he was hanging out with some other guys. Those guys were Street Force crew. So he was just hanging out, मतलब वहाँ पे चाय पी रहे थे वो लोग, and I just went to them, and everyone is there, like everyone there is like they're freestyling. कोई beatbox दे रहा है, and this guy is just throwing flow, or he's doing it in Marathi. And I am not very fluent with Marathi, but I could feel his words for some reason. I was like, okay, wow, what are you doing? And so then I met MC Dodo, the MC Dodo and MC Chow. They are very, they are very enlightening. They have very enlightening persona to them. I don't know what, but it was very powerful when I met MC Dodo. And he was just talking about genuine life experiences. He was talking in his rap. And then he was trying to tell a lot of things through just rapping and everything. थोड़ा सा शाम हुआ, all of us went to chill at a park. और वो park में वहाँ पे freestyle dance कर रहे हैं सब. And I was like, oh ये क्या है? Who are these guys? And I see a small kid. मतलब that guy literally just reaches मेरे stomach तक. उतने height का था वो. And he was, I don't know what was his age. And he was flipping around, wheel cart वगैरह कर रहा है. I was like, अरे बाप रे ये सब क्या कर रहा है? And I, okay, ये क्या culture है? Then I was talking to Saran and he started explaining कि ये है, ये है. Like, okay, if I'm talking about you, how can I miss this out? So I was like, Sunna, let me pause your shoot. Let me do a little bit more of a research and let me come properly वापस. I want to talk to these guys as well. Then I went, मतलब एक हफ्ते के बाद again I went वहाँ पे and that particular day, so what happened was, do you guys remember एक दिन बादल फट गया था 2019 में?
I guess
around,
right.
Around that time, around वही NIBM वगैरह साइड पे, NIBM और कोंडवा साइड, and एक बड़ा सा wall या something just fell off. And these rappers that were there in my cipher, they come from that place. So सबके घर में ऐसे पानी वानी भर गया था, ये हो गया था. हाँ, but they gave me a word कि चलो we'll come, we'll give you a cipher. तो उन लोग ऐसे पानी निकालते they just stopped. They came to me and then they were like चल cipher कर लेते हैं.
क्या बात है.
हाँ, so it was like, okay, how are you guys? So they're so dedicated to put their art out, right?
Absolutely.
It felt so genuine and so welcoming कि अरे बाप रे, you guys are doing so much for me and you guys don't even know me. It's not कि मैं कुछ बड़ा सा award लेके आया हूँ और ऐसा कुछ है. So you guys genuinely want to put your art out. I was like, okay, damn. And then I started talking to these guys and वहाँ पे light नहीं था, पूरे area में current नहीं था. So if you notice the shots in my docu जहाँ पे भी interview हो रहा है ना, तो उसका जो lighting है ना, that was just Moto G Plus. मेरे फोन का फ्लैश लाइट था. There was no other lighting involved वहाँ पे. And थोड़ा सा 3-4 लोग वहाँ से फ्लैश लाइट दे रहे थे. एक बंदे ने गाड़ी चालू कर दिया and जो उनके फेस पे लाइट आ रहा है, that was just my phone. While I'm holding the phone, they are giving me an interview. और कैमरा यहाँ पे.
Wow.
And they genuinely wanted to talk. I was like, guys, okay, you guys just keep talking, man. I will keep. Just keep talking. I'll definitely put you guys out. I really want you guys to grow so big, man. I mean, and that day I was like, damn, I got what I wanted. The vibe that I was getting, right, and the open mics that I was talking about, I got it from the artists, and it's their art, how they are just putting that out, right? So it felt so genuine and nice, and I was so welcomed. So
Absolutely.
mostly, I, as a filmmaker, just put the pieces of puzzle. At the end of the day, it was their image on the puzzle. So yeah, that I as a filmmaker was lucky enough to put this out, and I somewhere down I feel ki I could have marketed it better or something, but I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know how to put my work out. That is what I'm learning now. I
Yeah, I think that's a whole different aspect to it.
Yeah.
Like,
that is different.
Yeah. Not that any of us know about it, but I think there's a lot that goes into it, and it differs from project to project, person to person, and how the scale of the project and all those things. But I feel the best marketing for a project can be that it's a good project, and I think
that has to be there. That has to be there. I mean, you can't market a thing
I think that's the case for your project, where it's genuinely so good that I felt that it was even if it took the time, I think it deserved that time. Sometimes you're like, this came out a little early, or this took too much time, and sometimes when it comes out it's a little dated. Those things aren't in your control in most cases. But I think this was a very good sort of thing, where what I really liked about the Hrithik documentary also is that, like, the day you went and shot him, and like there's like that egg being thrown, and then he the sound check. I felt that you can't, like, either it's just like it's in the screenplay or it that genuinely happened. I was like, man, this is like some Big Boss level stuff which is happening.
I'll be very honest. At that time, I had waves of emotion coming.
Were you happy? Oh, like,
exactly.
Thank you for throwing that egg. Thank you so much.
No.
वही
तो I was telling no, वही तो waves आ रहा था मुझे. I was like, एक moment पे I was like, oh shit, किसी ने ऐसे oh shit, how is this as an artist? How does that feel? But Mustaq to record करिए. So I was like, let's just see. And I thought I was feeling happy, but I genuinely was not. मतलब Hrithik is like,
that's a joke. Yeah. Hrithik, your friend that you know from as friends,
so
friend artist of yours,
So,
you do a very bad job at hiding, but yeah, no, not kidding. So, we always thinking it sounds like you're dating him, but no. Hrithik is just a friend of Raghav. He is an artist, individual person named Hrithik Datta that Raghav Parwar knows as an individual artist person friend. Yeah, that's about it. That's all.
But yeah, he's been a very genuine, and I'll talk about what things are coming up with him and me. That is for the other half. Let me talk about.
I know what's happening. I know what's happening. Yeah.
So what happened there was कि किसी ने just while we were shooting the B-rolls, it was genuine B-roll was going on, and proper shots वगैरह ले रहा था मुस्ताक, and आवाज आया टाक 2 अंडे का, and I didn't turn over there. I was just looking at the monitor, मतलब वो जो मुस्ताक के कैमरा का ये monitor था ना, I was just looking at it कि अरे okay ये फ्रेम के बाहर क्यों जा रहा है, and then he just shouted oh fuck, and I was like मेरे को थोड़ा PG-13 रख के नीचे रखना है इसको, तो इसने ऐसे गाली क्यों दिया, and I just see कि अंडा किसने फेंका. He just said that and walked by. I was like अंडा किसने फेंका, 1 minute, and I genuinely see that 2-3 people just stood up वहां पे, and बाप रे, मतलब he was moved. मतलब Hrithik didn't expect that coming, and neither did we. So I don't know, as an ethical filmmaker, I should have stopped and consoled him वगैरह were the thoughts that was in my head at that moment. और जब तक वो thoughts आ रहे थे ना,
I think there's only one ethic as a filmmaker: get the shot.
तो अरे no, so वही तो I was telling ना, जब तक वो मेरे माइंड में था कि should I just like stop it, मुस्ताक चला गया अंडे के B-rolls ले रहा है, like ठीक है चलो, cinematographer is doing his job. तो मैं पीछे से उससे बात करता हूँ कि क्या सीन है यार ये, it is disturbing to be honest. मतलब I put it out, I might be a little casual with them कि ये अंडा फेंक दिया, देख मस्त footage मिला, but at the end of the day, while you're trying to put your art out on the day where people are shooting you, किसी ने अंडा फेंका है.
No, that was a very disgraceful thing for whoever did it. I mean, honestly,
of course.
And I felt that Hrithik's attitude was handled very well. Like, I think Hrithik handled it very well. He handled it in a very mature way, and he was not too sort of that. I think Hrithik was also like, अच्छा documentary में अच्छा footage है.
हाँ, वो
footage है.
3 minute तंग आ गया था, and then he just came to the camera. It's like मैं कुछ बोलूं क्या इसके बारे में? like free मतलब चालू है कैमरा बोल दे. Then he talks ki how he genuinely felt, and at that point his genuine emotion was there. If you see, I put that shot also. He talks about it, but he's very sad. He just walks away. कि यार ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए था. I was supposed to be like मेरे डॉक्यू में ये आना चाहिए था कि लोग एंजॉय कर रहे.
Right.
But that happened in the other half. मतलब the venue was good enough to give him another slot at the other venue. FC Road wala.
Absolutely.
And that's where he performed, and that's where most of my B-rolls are. So if you see, there are few shots wherein ऐसे मतलब guys are genuinely enjoying, people are genuinely enjoying.
Absolutely, bro.
His music.
Such an incredible artist. Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, definitely. So is Himanshu, man. He's been such a sweetheart to me.
Yeah, for sure, bro. For sure. You got some really good artists, bro. That's what I feel like. Himanshu, Hrithik, even Good Bad Comics, all the rappers that you spoke, especially after you told me the whole thing, I have immense respect for them, bro. All of them. I feel that it's about. I mean, how you're on stage is absolutely a very dominant aspect of it, but how you're off stage also really makes you respect the artist and root for the artist a lot more when they're on stage. So, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what. And another thing with documentary was also कि मेरे पास footages था आराम से. I could have made 45 minutes each episode. उतने footages थे मेरे पास. But at the end of the day, as an editor, I realized that how to put things up and stuff. So, मतलब at that point he was so. I didn't put this in the docu, but what happened was कि जब उसका venue shift हो रहा था ना ऋतिक का, he had to carry his own amplifier, mic stand, guitar, और एक बंदा पीछे बैठा हुआ. All of us are going on a scooter to perform at the next place. So he's the artist who is carrying his stuff.
Yeah.
So all of that is also quite an hustle, right? So I was seeing that. Arre baap re. What I know of Hrithik is a very vibrant, enjoying, but all this also, it takes a positive attitude.
Yeah, bro. I mean, better said than done. But yeah, I mean, actually, you get to see the test of that once you are put in a situation where you have to, you can react either ways. But the fact that Hrithik was very level-headed and, held his ground was very, very good. That's a very good example also for the people watching that, it takes a lot more than just going on performing on stage, which I feel like there's so much more to it.
That's just the, that's just what you look at, basically. Yeah. What has happened behind the scenes is different.
Yeah, so that was my exact part of the documentary. I wanted to show that. मतलब कि देखो पीछे क्या होता है. Himanshu talks about his experiences as his show वगैरह में, how he felt. Right. And Hrithik is talking about his show business कि business में कैसा है. I tried to avoid the fact कि मतलब ऐसे Hrithik was मेरे मतलब while I was taking his interview, I was like मैं यहाँ से आया, मैं 5th class तक यहाँ पे था, मेरे parents ये थे. I was like, let's take this off. I'll put that in just a sentence. आगे का you just show something, which people want to know, and that's what I tried keeping in my documentary, where इनकी show business कैसे चलता है, how do you perform gigs, मतलब open mics क्या होता है, what happened, क्या बोलते हैं वो show वगैरह में, how was your experience जो पीछे था. So I tried keeping it to that in my documentary with the art of theirs. The first episode is mostly their experiences and their music, how they are performing and everything. So I kept that. I tried to fit that in 11-12 minutes, which was quite a task.
Right. Wow, bro. That's such an incredible story. How that, what is like the general sort of like, I'm sure that it had a perspective shift for you in terms of like how you look at artists in general, right? As like how you were before the documentary starting and how the documentary, once the documentary came to be, you worked on it for such a long time. Secondly, I want to ask you that how has this sort of documentary empowered you as a filmmaker? How have you sort of, did you have other sort of objectives with your career before this, and then after doing this you probably realize that I'm good at this genre, or it empowered you to take even further risks, probably not even do this genre? How has it sort of been for you, the whole sort of experience of working on this? I'm not even talking about the reception of it, I'm talking from your own perspective of this reception aspect. I want to get down to after this, so if you could answer these two questions for us. First half of the question was that, did you, like you said that you attended open mics and then you felt that there was a merit in this story that you were trying to tell and research and put together. After actually getting into it, into the helm of things and doing it, and has your perspective towards artists changed? I'm sure it has. In what
yes,
way did
it definitely does. It definitely. I changed as a person. If
okay.
You
in what sense? In what sense?
It moved. Yeah, that's what I'm coming to. So I moved as a person, and that's what I told all of my artists. Before putting out the documentary, I told these guys that I have changed a lot as a person through this process. Because you see, these guys, at the end of the day, they want to put their art out. Right. And they're very desperate for it. Matlab, A lot of them are privileged, a lot of them are not privileged. Some of them had the platform, some of them didn't have a platform. But what made them very on the same page was they were desperate to put art out, no matter what the circumstances were.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And I was like, सबका starting point same नहीं है. Everyone is at different part, but they are putting that out. So that kind of moves you as a person. मतलब, you can't specifically pick that up कि this particular part that this artist did moved me, but this collective aura or a vibe that you get from an artist just changes you as a person. Now, if you see, you've been talking to so many different artists and you see their experiences.
Right.
I am sure you guys also must have changed, but if you think what made you change, you can't really collect it.
You can't pick on it, right?
It is just a very collective wave of things that was happening and wave of experiences. So I get to live in their shoes while shooting them. So that was the best part. And that is why I genuinely felt ki, okay, as a filmmaker, I got to step into their life while seeing things from their perspective and seeing them as well. So, it's like me as a for the project, that stayed in me. Ki, yeah, I am getting to see so many different art forms from different ways.
Absolutely.
And you don't have to just be bounded by an art documentary or something. Tomorrow you're going and you're making an ad film also. So while making an ad film, you have to study a character, study what to do, different location. So you step into that. So it's like, as a filmmaker's life is like you're living different lives in that one particular life is what I started feeling.
Absolutely.
And I started enjoying that. And if you see, monetary, मैंने सोचा ही नहीं है. मतलब, I am lucky enough that my parents believe in me कि करेगा कुछ तो.
Absolutely. That is very important, bro. That is very important.
That is very important.
I mean, a lot of respect to the parents, bro. I mean, for bearing with filmmaking is such an uncertain industry. I mean, any art form
is, I think.
I know.
Very uncertain.
And वही तो, though I wasn't, I know I was not given as a luxury वगैरह, but at least they supported me. That was my luxury.
Yeah.
You see, monetary wise, मैंने कुछ ज़्यादा सोचा नहीं था. This documentary was made at 240 rupees, bro. पूरा डॉक्यूमेंट्री मैंने 240 रुपए में बनाया. 200 रुपए का पेट्रोल था और 40 रुपए का मैंने छाछ पिया था. बस.
अच्छा. Damn. You
गुजराती छोकरो छु.
Damn, bro. That's insane, bro.
वही तो money wise वगैरह हो जाएगा down the line. Maybe I might figure it out क्या करना है क्या नहीं.
Bro, avenues or opportunities तो है. It's about firstly establishing yourself and then putting yourself out there. So
true, very true. So I get to live so many different lives and I am enjoying that.
That's the thrill of filmmaking. That's the thrill of filmmaking, bro. Absolutely.
Wait, इससे पहले I was into, what do you say, creative writing, maybe a little here and there, and मैं ऐसे Toastmasters वगैरह करता था, public speaking and all of that.
Oh, is it?
And I was like, yeah, I tried that.
That's why I could sort of sense like you were very verbose and you were like very articulate. मुझे लगा कि there has to be some sort of backstory to it.
So yeah, I was a vice president back in Hyderabad as a Toastmasters club का मेरे
college. What are you saying, bro? Just casually flexing that. Just casually flexing.
अभी बात उठ गया तो बोल रहा हूँ.
मैं actually Microsoft का CEO था पहले, अभी नहीं हूँ. I mean, you said it with that confidence. I mean, Toastmasters is a big deal, bro. That's insane.
Yeah, it changed me as a person. So I was into that, and I was like, okay, I am being so vibrant. Let me use that someplace else. So I thought ki I can be a good journalist because I used to keep up with current affairs, ye wo.
Right. Yeah. And junior Samtish Bhatia with the long hair.
He is still my idol.
Bro, my idol also. I think he's on some other level only, bro. He's on some other level.
Yeah, definitely. He is my idol. Abhi isse pehle I was just watching his Ratna Pathak wala episode. I was rewatching it.
In the taxi they're going.
Yeah. So he's like an idol to me. Yeah. So
yeah, bro.
And why so you get to explore yourself. So I wanted to be a journalist, but I kind of backed out of it because it was kind of, I didn't have the right personality for it, is what I feel. I was not able to take things. I am I get a little emotional. I don't know where to channelize my emotions, to be honest. I'm still figuring that out. I see 3 bad news, my day goes bad.
Oh, okay. Thank God you don't become a journalist now. You would be on some I don't know some. I don't know. I don't even want to.
So yeah, it was not making me live my life. कितना ही time है मेरे पास यार जीने के लिए. तो I was like, let's just live a few different lives being a filmmaker. So yeah, that happened through the process. अभी मेरे को exactly पता भी नहीं है कि मैं as a filmmaker किस side जाऊंगा या कहाँ जाऊंगा. So this is what I am working on since my docu came out. I knew a lot about industry in this last 1 month since the docu came out, and I got some genuine appreciation from genuine people.
क्या बात है?
I'm emailing to so many people shamelessly कि please मेरा काम चलो I won't spam you with my work, but at least just check this out. मतलब मैंने ऐसा कुछ किया है. I really want to know where I stand as a filmmaker. If you guys can guide me.
I love that. ये बहुत ही अच्छी बात. This is a very good. I think this is promotion. ये होता है promotion. It differs from person to person. ये बहुत अच्छा sort of thing है. Rather
thanks man.
बहुत सही बात है bro. That's wonderful. So have you got like some appreciation from some people that you felt like, if you just want to name one or two that you felt like?
I actually would no, I want to keep that to myself.
ठीक है, no, okay. So not from the known people that you emailed. I'm saying from the people from our scene only, or from the people related to the people.
Oh yeah. A lot of people who there's this one very good producer, Vedang.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. So nice.
Yeah, he
I don't know him personally. I like his work a lot. Yeah, absolutely.
He has such a nice work. मतलब उसका काम देख के कितना मजा आता है. He texted me कि hey, you're doing such a good job ऐसे सामने से. And there were a few followers. मतलब I used to follow a few accounts back then. They started following me back after I put this stuff out. I was like, अरे बाप रे, I used to look at your work and get inspired by you a little here and there. And someone just followed me yesterday. उसका काम कितना अच्छा था. Let me have a look who that guy is. Sorry. So I got such kind of छोटे जो genuine appreciation होता है ना. All of that, and there were few other artists. मतलब ऐसे दोस्त के दोस्त, मतलब ऐसे सौरभ है, सौरभ का कोई रूममेट. He started liking my work a lot. He genuinely सामने से ऐसे मेरे को बोल रहा है.
क्या बात है?
It comes so positive.
भाई हमारे साथ भी सीक्वल बनाओ. हमें भी लो हीरो के तौर पे. हमें ऐसा हीरो लॉन्च करो.
जरूर. So वैसे you get that, and उसमें I am writing to a few well established people. मतलब they reply me, don't reply me, I don't know, but I just want to write to them. And so what I just started last week I started approaching people ऐसे कि सुनो ना, I really don't know where I stand. If you can help me, guide me, please let me know.
Sounds like a con man you'll meet. वो जो मुझे पता नहीं है. मैं आपसे से जानना चाहता हूँ. आप बहुत अच्छे दिखते हो. क्या आप मुझे बस स्टैंड तक पहुंचने के लिए 50 रुपए दे सकते हो?
नहीं.
Okay.
बट ये वाले जगह पे मेरा क्रिएटिव राइटिंग थोड़ा सा हैंडी में आया. तो I genuinely started telling them कि सुनो ना, I really ये मेरा काम है, ये देखो. मुझे नहीं पता मैं कहाँ पे स्टैंड करता हूँ. आपको पता है कि आप कहाँ पे हो अभी, मतलब आप how you brought yourself up. If you can just slightly help me. So I just try to keep it very minimal kind of questions वगैरह. And in the end, I start attaching this thing कि so thank you for this, मतलब noticing me and noticing my work वगैरह. So I'm trying to email out people वगैरह, trying to know, मतलब they give me feedback, they give me guidance. This is what currently I'm looking for, because I don't know where I stand in the industry, and I genuinely want to know someone who's been a part of it. Okay. मतलब और 3 अलग-अलग लोगों से 3 अलग-अलग responses भी आते हैं. वही तो I put up in some communities वगैरह to genuinely ask कि सुनो ना, मैं क्या करूँ, please बताओ ना. I'm just a beginner, and trust me, I am a beginner on this scale. I don't know where my work stands. I don't know how to put my work out. All of that is again another part. First you make the art and then you market.
I think your main focus should be towards first making it properly.
Exactly. वही तो.
A good product can make noise for itself. मतलब कि it can be not always. Sometimes it could take 5 years for it to get, or sometimes even not. And that is the worst thing that could possibly happen to a project, because it should not be like that. But I think yeah, you're right. I think it sometimes just requires. I mean, firstly, sincerity needs to be in the work. It eventually absolutely matters about the work you're putting out. Nothing else, what your virtues are, what your political standings are, or what you feel about anything doesn't matter if your work isn't. I mean, कितनी भी virtue signaling कर लो या कितने भी moral high ground ले लो या कुछ भी कर लो, it doesn't matter if your work itself is not in its own thing detached from you. You know, stand for something. So I think it is about that. So
words of wisdom, Bharat.
नहीं, not at all.
नहीं, just genuinely, it is very true what you just said.
Yeah,
was
but
like
this is also
extremely
virtue signaling, right? I'm saying कि virtue signaling matter नहीं करती है. I feel that virtue signaling itself is also such a, I mean, saying that I'm against virtue signaling is also virtue signaling. I feel it's such a fine कि virtue signaling, and मैं anti virtue signaling नहीं हूँ यार. I just feel कि मतलब कि आप कितने भी स्टैंड ले लो, पर अगर आप वो अपने काम को के फ्लॉज को छुपाने के लिए कर रहे हो, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट माई सेल्फ, मैं किसी के काम को क्रिटिसाइज नहीं करता, बट जस्ट टू से कि मैं ये हूँ और मैं वो हूँ, एंड नो ऑफेंस टू द पीपल हु डू, देयर आर पीपल हु डू बोथ परफेक्टली, एंड more power to them, kudos to them. I would want to learn from them. There's no hate against anybody. I feel that, you know, like you put this out all of a sudden, and I'm sure that there might have been a reception which came from the people who were involved in the project also, might have been pleasantly surprised, elated. There might have been people from their side, there might have been a whole new audience, the audience that you sort of were reaching out to, or, you know, the audience that sort of came their own way. What is the sort of general reaction been to the whole thing, and how is that sort of, I'm sure that it gave you, like, it liberated you as a filmmaker, you felt that this is what I can do. So what I also find interesting is that, I mean, straight up question, do you think that you'll be doing more documentaries projects?
Definitely, I'm not stopping with the documentaries, man.
Yeah. I'm glad to, actually, you sort of influenced me to do a documentary. I felt that genre is such a good thing. I'm not even kidding.
I want this part, man. Hey, this feels so good, man. I'm glad that this happened.
I feel that there's always somebody around you who sort of sets an example, and about doing it, I might not do it the way you're doing it. I just feel that the fact that you did it was such a bold step. In a world where, you know, people are making reels, no offense to the people making reels again. I'm just saying that, I think, yeah, man. I mean, I don't know what I'm exactly going to make. I know what I want to sort of make, but I feel that, I think that what you did was a very good sort of step, because if you do it properly and there are people around you who feel that, okay, this could be like my mode of channelizing in a certain way, I think that is how we sort of look up to people, right? You look up to all these people, filmmakers. Like, I look up to Casey Neistat. I might not do exactly what he's doing, and I might not even have watched a lot of his work, but I feel that there's like a liberation. I mean, I've watched enough of his work that I really resonate with what he does. So I feel that you feel liberated when you watch certain people doing certain things, where you feel that, oh, there's more to what can be done, right? I think that you might not do exactly what they're doing again. You might just do your own thing, but there are people who just sort of do things. I'm not saying that you invented documentary. I feel that the fact that you did it at such a young age itself is such a commendable thing, and you did it so well. So that is a very
glad, man. I am really glad. I'm really glad. This, you know, this means a lot to me, man.
No, I'm glad, bro. I'm glad that you put it out. I'm genuinely saying, bro, because I'm not even kidding. I like, there was something that I wanted to do, like, after like the whole lockdown thing opens, but I was like, I can't do it as good as like how Raghav has done it. So I was like, I'm not even.
Come on, man.
No.
But
I'm not kidding, bro.
I'm so glad. But put it out. See, I learned this. Put it out, man.
I'm not taught it. I'm saying that but then I would probably want to do something more different, because I feel that you've done good enough job in that space. If I feel I can sort of adapt to it, I would want to do it. It is not about imitation or one-upping each other. It is just about.
I know.
It is just about celebrating something that is good in the whole thing. I think that is itself is, and there's no, like, I don't take any higher ground, and there's nothing. That is, I think, what is supposed to be done. If there's somebody who's doing something good, you just have to you do it with no sort of like, this is going to give me something or anything of that sort. This is just like completely selfless in how it is. So absolutely.
But yeah, man, I'm really glad. And if you're making this, just put it out, man. You know, you get inspired by so many different people.
Oh, I'm going to trouble you for this. Don't worry.
Hey, that's.
Yeah, man. So yeah, man.
That's not trouble, man. That's growing together. To be honest, that I learned.
Absolutely, bro. I mean, people don't understand that, right? People think that if there's somebody around them, it's competition. People always look at it. And we were also supposed to do one project, which didn't happen together. Like, we met for the first time when we were supposed to do one project. Yeah, like I think that was after that you have shown the documentary only. I think I told you
that was like khatam ho gaya tha docu, and I was in the phase wherein I will edit it.
Right. Yeah, you were also
first cut ke time pe.
Yeah, your hair were also edited at that point.
I genuinely had military cut or something while you first met me, no?
Yeah, man.
So
I was like,
yeah. So you were saying, okay. So I wanted to put this point across. I didn't know how to hype it up or something with the docu job I was putting out, because I was not active on Instagram since the lockdown happened, the first 2 months. And when I started editing, I just uninstalled Instagram because it was taking a lot of my time. Reels वगैरह was a very new concept to me while I just put this out. I just heard it from people and I used to hear those songs वगैरह. That's all. My last post was 2016. उसके बाद I had 320 followers वगैरह. Once I put out this documentary, I am hitting around 600 followers.
What are you saying, bro?
Yeah, I
Wow.
was like, it just doubled, and I was not ready for it. मतलब I didn't know कि इतना हो जाएगा
That's
before even
refreshing for
hyping it up.
that's refreshing for like a filmmaker like who's put out a documentary. I feel so.
I know.
I genuinely feel so because I can understand that in short form, but I think that something like a documentary that also speaks about the fact that it was tight. Like you said, you could have made 45-minute episode. And what I also liked
Yeah.
was like the whole artwork aspect of it, like the whole like creatives and the artwork was so well done. You posted it on YouTube, but then you also posted it on IGTV rather than just keeping it a YouTube thing.
I didn't know about IGTV while posting it on this thing. तो मैंने जब पहले वाला डाल दिया था एपिसोड, I was like, अरे IGTV ऑप्शन है, एक काम करता हूँ नेक्स्ट एपिसोड से डालता हूँ. रुक, एक काम करता हूँ आज वाला एपिसोड ही इसी में डाल देता हूँ. So that's how IGTV also happened, and I was like, algorithm क्या मुझे पता नहीं है. ये टाइम चल छोड़. Let me give myself an excuse this time. डाल दिया. And जब मैं डॉक्यू बना रहा था ना, तो I emailed it to Gaurav Kadu, Fiddlecraft. I enjoyed his music and I genuinely wanted him to be there. And when on a tour or
big
something,
fan of it. He's a gem of a person.
He's a genuine person, right? So I emailed it to him वगैरह. तब maybe I was not ready, मतलब to shoot such people. And such people as in ki they are very down to earth, to be very honest, but they were at a level wherein they required something from the filmmaker as well, मतलब उन्होंने कुछ किया हो या something like that, and I was a complete newbie. So
that's a very tricky space, I feel. When you have not done anything, but you want to do anything, but you don't have social proof to sort of like portfolio.
Yeah. Hey, I was there for a year.
I feel the people who believe in you at that time, you should never let them down. You should always maintain that sort of gratefulness for them, because the people
exactly, man,
so interested in you when you have nothing to sort of do that. Like like for the first 5 guests of the podcast, we are always
That's true. That's very true. So at that time I wrote to Gaurav Kadu, and very recently I got to meet him. मतलब we are working on okay, that I get, but I got to meet him.
Your artist friend person that you know.
So so I got to meet him, and he was like, अच्छा चल तेरा काम दिखा. So I was like, okay, it is in post production वगैरह. So I showed him a rough cut of my मतलब docu का episode. He so genuinely appreciated me. He did tell me where it hit him, where I should have improved. So it was like a proper wisdom, but he told it to me in a way कि मतलब he genuinely enjoyed it, and it was not just that one time. 3-4 बार आगे also he kept mentioning कि तूने जैसे ये डॉक्यू बनाया है, तूने इतना ये किया है, वो किया है. So I was like, there was a time wherein I was trying to reach you, but now you are telling me this. And at that phase, while I was making this documentary, I used to listen to Fiddlecraft, Ram वगैरह and all of it.
अरे same bro. And bro, I not met Gaurav bhai until then. पता है मैंने जियो सावन पे प्लेलिस्ट में मैंने सुना था, मैं पीयूष बिसेकर का गाना सुनता था, इनका गाना आ गया था. फिर मैंने हिमांशु की स्टोरी में देखा कि फिडलक्राफ्ट परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं कहाँ पे. मैंने बोला भाई इनको बोलो यार, मैं बहुत बड़ा फैन हूं उन लोग का. और फिर अक्षित वाज परफॉर्मिंग, no, it was not performing, वो हार्ड रॉक पे he got entry inside something. So he was like, तू भी आजा, फिडलक्राफ्ट परफॉर्म कर रहे. So I went.
Hey, Akshit's new song I really enjoyed, man. It was wonderful. Akshit.
Wonderful. We've done not a documentary, we've done a podcast with him on that. So we've done
documentary. Like, let's do it together, क्या?
Bro. But so नहीं, actually I'd done like उसके album जब आ रही थी, तो I'd gone into the recording studio with him and I'd recorded like a featurette. But
okay,
that's like a 2-3 minute thing, and that's just like very amateur B-roll. Not that I'm any on some level right now. That was like I just took his iPhone and I just started shooting. I was like,
that's commendable that you did that. पता है क्या? You always in the back of the head, we always feel यार कि हम क्या रुकी है, because
yeah bro, I was like I feel that Akshit is one of the finest talents from like our scene, and not our scene also, but like I think in general. So I think that I was like, he's recording his first like EP in the recording studio. This sort of needs to be documented. I think that's very important, just to document stuff.
Yes.
Put it out, not put it out is one thing, but then you never know when you might want to put it out. So those things can sort of be very important. So it was like, let's just start shooting, and there's like a 2-3 minute thing we sort of made. So
good, man. That's how you grow. Just start shooting.
Yeah, totally. It is like that only. Sometimes it's the other way around. Like I'm working on one project in the past week, and just randomly worked on one version of it. I wanted to do this format since 3 years. So yeah. So I was like, and I was like I wanted to do this format, and then because I'd seen work in that format, I felt that that's a very interesting sort of thing to sort of explore. Like I was like, I want to try this. But then when I just worked on one version, I just said I want somebody to sort of collaborate with as a voiceover. A lot of people responded, and I was like shocked. I was like, why are people even taking interest in this? And then a person who actually does it, who's like very like a good name in it. So I was like, then he just randomly said, I said, I don't have any budget or anything. Please let me know if you still want to do it. He said, no, send me. Then I sent him the thing. He sent the recorded version. It blew my mind. I was like, this is taking it on some other level only. So I was like, then I sort of was like, I have to sort of do justice to this that I've been given. So,
yes.
So you sort of are, like you said, like you owe it to the artist who you've done it with.
Yes.
So their sort of the efficiency and the sort of sincerity that they put out in the work. So the whole week just went in just sort of ensuring that it is at. I'm not saying it is the best work. I'm saying that at least it is passable. I feel I was like so it was like that. But I think that is a good part about collaborations where somebody sets like a benchmark and then you have to sort of like match up to that. And
exactly.
That sort of enables you to do stuff that you probably wouldn't usually. So
consumption, you have to consume the not right stuff, but if you consume things, you subconsciously it is upping you up yourself with that consumption.
Absolutely.
So that's what happens.
Absolutely. So what were you talking about? You were talking about Gaurav Kadu.
Yes. So yeah, Gaurav Kadu appreciated me, and it was like a very big thing for me. I reached him and he is reciprocating so well. He showed it to few of his friends as well, and I was like, oh, this is such a welcoming vibe, and that. And I got such genuine comments from people. I thought hardly मेरा 400-600 लोग देखेगा. I hit 2,000 views in a day, and I didn't even realize कि कहाँ से कौन देख रहा है मेरे videos. I had no clue कि कहाँ से कौन video देख रहा है, कौन comment कर रहा है. I have no idea. All of them are commenting stuff. A lot of artists DM me सामने से कि hey damn, you did such a nice job वगैरह. A lot of ऐसे just viewers, casual viewers जो ऐसे देखते नहीं. And a friend of mine जो मैं last उससे 6th class वगैरह में बात किया, he texted me कि bro तू जो भी कर रहा है बहुत सही कर रहा है, लगा रहा है. That moves you. And I read that at रात को 1:32 ऐसे emotions एक साथ आ रहा था. And a roommate of mine मैं जब first year पुणे में आया था ना, तो मेरा जो roommate था ना, that guy texted me something so beautiful. He told me, Raghav, I really enjoyed what you did. Thank you for making art. I mean, who says thank you for making art?
Wow.
So that message was like, so welcoming. It makes me feel so emotional.
Absolutely.
I don't know what the number games are. I don't know if the view should be in lakhs or should I play with the algorithm वगैरह. But what these genuine people who hit me up, उनको कुछ लेना देना ही नहीं था मेरे से. Why would someone hit me up? मैंने उनको force भी नहीं बोला. I didn't tell a single person to repost my stuff. Everyone just went their way to post it out, and it felt so genuine. It was welcoming, and that makes me feel so motivated.
But don't you feel that? I mean, this is what I feel. I mean, people will, once people resonate to something, they will share it around.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
maybe I click that.
Most people don't also. Sometimes it's like, I think the people who do, I think that is like a very big thing. But mostly people avoid also, I feel.
I know.
They'll be avoiding. I mean, that's what there is. I mean, it's not something hidden. But if people are still, if there are 10% of people who have seen your stuff and they are trying to share it around, I think that just makes sense. I mean, that makes it all worth.
I know, and that is what I was. वही हो गया यार. मैं अभी क्या बोलूं, मैं फिल्म फेस्टिवल वगैरह में कुछ घंटा नहीं जानता. I genuinely want someone to guide me. If someone who's watching this podcast can help me out with that, it will be wonderful. And so yeah, वो सब ठीक है, वो बाद में देखेंगे. But first, as Bharat also said, put your art out. अभी before I put my art out, I didn't have a proper, what do you say, मैं किसी को बता नहीं पा रहा था कि मैं क्या करता हूँ.
Now that I have this. Yeah, I have been in that position where I'm still in that position in some aspects where you can't even explain. It's very abstract to explain what you're doing, And I think, once you put it out, it sort of speaks for itself. But sometimes you're also like, was this even what I was trying to do? I'm sure that I'm sure that you're happy with it. I'm sure that some aspects you still want to change about the thing. And I think
I still if I revisit my documentary na, I last month मैंने डाला था ना, so this month I very strongly feel कि छी यार मैंने कितना बेकार edit किया है. I could have done this instead.
I think that's like an evolution of an artist also.
Yeah.
You just take that energy and use it in the next project. I feel that is also there sort of. I mean,
True,
very
true.
And I feel that evolution is rapid when you. I think it's a double-edged sword. Like if you're constantly working, that evolution happens. But sometimes when you're constantly working, that evolution can also go haywire.
Yeah, that is very true.
You need to just keep working and then take breaks and working. Like this is very famous, like angel investor and like philosopher. His name is Naval Ravikant. So he says that it's a marathon of sprints. So marathon of sprints, you sprint and you rest. He says that impatience with actions, patience with results. So he says that you should just keep putting out stuff and not care about the result, but you should constantly keep working and ensure that you are at least giving them. Because I think at the end of the day, that is what sort of keeps you content, right? I mean, at one point of time, I'm sure that if you're getting 1,000 compliments and 100 compliments, you're always feel less. So that never stops. But if you're content with yourself, I think that should be the first primary sort of aspect. Not that you're the fan of your work. I think that you should be content. That at least I'm happy with what I'm sort of putting out. Honesty with your work, sincerity with your work. I think that is very important.
Yes, honesty and sincerity. Yes. That, you know, once you're very sincere towards what you're doing, na, eventually things will fall in place for some reason. अभी मैंने while I was editing this, मैंने सोचा नहीं था कि यार मैं ऐसा इसलिए डालूंगा क्योंकि ये लोगों को पसंद है. I was like, this fits in right here, and I think this should go, because if you see the flow of my documentary, कभी कोई पार्ट में कुछ और हो रहा है, कभी कोई पार्ट में कुछ और हो रहा है. I didn't go with the linear form of editing, and that was quite a step.
I think that
मेरे किसी दोस्तों ने नहीं.
I think that worked in its favor of the documentary also.
I became numb to it ना. मैं इतने बार देख चुका हूँ कि I can't judge it anymore. तो अभी फिर I tried, and none of my I don't know anyone who's making documentaries, to be honest. I just saw documentaries.
That's what I felt. That's what I felt. That you could have taken not an easier route, but a convenient route of making like a short film or short movie. Not that I'm not saying that it's an easier thing to do. I'm saying that that's a general way to do. That's like what people think they should be doing, right? Like
exactly.
As a graduation sort of thing, let me make that as a project. Let me make that. And there's nothing wrong in it. I mean, you should do what you want to naturally do, and I mean, there's nothing wrong in it. But the fact that you did this is a very good thing. I feel that.
Thanks,
I mean, because I think non-fiction is also a very difficult genre to do, but not more than that. I feel it's so much more than that.
I really could talk about that for another podcast.
We'll talk. We'll do one more podcast. We'll
definitely.
We generally talk about stuff, though. I mean, like not even. But yeah, it's definitely
true. Abhi, let's see if I want to make this clear कि अभी I'm not in thoughts of making a season 2 of Homegrown वगैरह, but I will.
You could try something out and then come back to this also. I feel
yes.
I think
that's what
a lot more to what you are doing itself, because the artist I feel is like Avengers, you know, like artists are like every person is like a different superhero, and I'm not saying that every artist is a superhero or normal people, corporate working jobs are like people who do day jobs are like villains or something. I mean, there's nothing of that sort. I'm just saying that there's so much story to everybody. Is that if you're just able to unravel that, there's enough story. But I think as a filmmaker, you also wouldn't just want to keep doing the same thing. So I think I think you can always come back to this, because I think this is a very good series in itself.
Like, that I had in mind, but it's
a very good format. It's definitely a very good format.
Right.
I had that in mind because I come from Hyderabad. I was born in Raipur. My roots are in Gujarat. I am studying in Maharashtra. I keep going around at Bombay वगैरह, Delhi वगैरह भी. I know people artists वगैरह. So it's like an entire this thing. And Mustaq is from Northeast.
Wow.
He is from Assam. He knows a lot of Assamese. So you know, Homegrown. I kept Homegrown because they are growing out of their roots.
Right.
They are based वहाँ पे ना, तो I don't know. And plus,
you can call the next documentary Uprooted or something. Like you could just say that.
Nice name, man. I'll consider this.
Yeah, you should. I mean.
So there is a lot of scope in there, but I as a filmmaker want to explore myself first. क्या पता मैं आगे कुछ और ये कर सकूं, or maybe I'll definitely work on it. I'm not definitely. I don't think I would want to stop after this. But right now, I'm not at the thoughts of making a next season or something, because I want to personally develop first. I want to understand how to market myself first. So first, I learn how to market. How do I market myself? How do I grow as an artist? Once I feel ki yes, right now I'm comfortable, I will again hit back on it, and that is coming. I am sure that will come for sure someday or the other.
It
But
is.
for now, I would grow in another direction. Let's see what's happening there. Come back.
Right.
So yeah.
Right. Right. So like we have like the last two questions for you. Like the
Sure, man, sure.
one is that what would be sort of like the genres that excite you apart from like non-fiction that you would possibly want to dabble into? Like you said, journalism. You want to like still. I think, bro, there's so much of like like social media itself, like YouTube itself, has democratized journalism also. I mean, journalism itself can. I mean, this is also sort of a form of journalism. I don't know. I might be wrong, but I've always had fascination towards like mass media. I mean, so I mean, but I don't think I wouldn't want to say that I'm doing it. I would just say that I mean it might just fall under the category of it. But
you are part of mass media, man. You are part of mass media. I'm glad that you're at least media aware. People need to be media aware.
Bro, I'm fascinated by media. Like in my 12th commerce, I had like mass media as a subject, and that's the only exam I gave with like interest. So I was I feel like absolutely, bro. I think like I was saying, like YouTube and all these social media platforms have democratized journalism. That there's no like there's no of course there's a monopoly that networks definitely have a monopoly. Not denying that, but I feel that mode of expression has changed. Like somebody like Sambish can like go and sit in a particular politician's house and just call them by their name and then coming and hugging them and all. These things can't like happen on like
on TV,
mainstream media. Yeah, on TV. So yeah, man.
That's what I'm telling. Now, if you have a look at there's this page called Vox. There's Wise.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
I learned so much about geopolitics of the world by looking at all of these videos, and they make proper, let's say, full-fledged entertainment pack. Their host talk, वगैरह. Samdesh is doing such a wonderful job. The entire unscripted crew.
Yeah.
They enlighten people so much. Even my mom can watch it. Even I can watch it. People enjoy it. Right? And he's giving that touch as well. And he's making people aware. So that as a spectrum is growing. You evolve, man. अभी 2 साल पहले किसी को लगा नहीं था कि रील्स वगैरह का कंटेंट होगा. And back in 9th grade, I didn't know कि ऐसे इन्फ्लुएंसर्स वगैरह का भी कुछ सीन होगा. कि सोशल मीडिया में ऐसा कुछ कर सकते हैं. Every day पता नहीं क्या क्या है.
You should try to read Crushing It by Gary Vee. Crush It and Crushing It by Gary Vee. It will be the answer to most of the questions that you're talking about, right? I feel so.
I will have a look. Gary Vee.
I think get that book first because I think Crush It first because it's a prequel. In 2009, Gary Vee predicted that influencer will be a thing. And it came out to be true.
Okay.
And like the whole industry, like he saw merit in social media when very few people saw it. Like
I'll have a look.
And Crushing It he released in late 2017 towards 2018, where he spoke about personal branding and how you can sort of hustle and break through. There are a lot of stories of like
I need that.
Like there's even stories of like thrift people who do thrift work. People who like videographers who've done a lot of like voluntary work and then sort of build a portfolio and then doing budgets that probably people couldn't even. So there's a lot of stuff. So there's so much hustle tactics mentioned in it that you should definitely get your hand on Crushing It by Gary Vee. First thing, bro.
I'll definitely have a look.
It's like the Bible of like
Bible
of personal branding. I feel like
I need to personal brand.
Yeah, man. I mean, like you're saying, like your followers increase. You can capitalize on that in a lot of aspects. I'm not trying to be some like I don't give ourselves learning the ropes, but I'm just saying that. I mean, it would be interesting because I think the questions that you're raising, inquisitivity makes you do a lot of things. So I think when you have it, you should sort of get to it. I mean, whatever resources can sort of help you, I think, to quench your thirst of like. So yeah, definitely.
True. I'll have a look because I kept coming across Gary Vee's shorts and content.
Yeah, man.
Very powerful personality.
He's incredible, bro. He's walked the walk. He's walked the talk. Like he's genuinely documented himself since 2006. He scaled the business from like he took his dad's wine business and scaled it from $3 million. And then now he left that business with. He didn't want to take anything from it, and he built his own company in 10 years. He documented that. He started a lot of stuff. He started his own sports division. He's an investor in Facebook, Uber, Snapchat, Twitter, and he has his own media company. And now he's got into NFTs, non-fungible tokens. He started his own thing, and he himself is a very. People just look at him as a motivational speaker. He's not a motivational. He's a lot more than that. You should definitely check out his series called Daily Vee, where he documents his day from 6 a.m. in the morning till night.
Okay.
And then he started weekly Vee before the pandemic happened, and then I don't know whether he's still doing it or not. But there's a lot of Gary Vee stuff that you can find. So
I'll check Gary Vee out today. I actually read about him while you told about the wine business.
Yeah.
I did come across him, but I didn't know he was
He
Gary
started
Vee.
Wine Library TV, and he used to educate a potential audience about wine. So he used
Okay.
to engage on social media. He used to go on Twitter. He used to engage with people. He used to go on like all these social media platforms back then. Try to build communities. Try to build a name for himself. Provide value. Educate the potential audiences. So he was like give, and people started taking interest in them. So he sort of the business started speaking for its own sort of thing. You educate the potential audience. Like you are also doing stuff. Of course, it's a huge industry that you are sort of a part of. The other thing that you have to do, people, and you understand media, bro. You understand filmmaking.
Yeah.
So those things are in
I
your favor.
I thought this is very important point, but I wanted to talk about this. Ki social media, I was very inactive on social media, and I felt ki I am losing out on a lot of things because world over there is evolving.
Hmm.
Social media, what it was 3 years back, what it was 6 years back, what it was
Oh,
9 years back, it's all 3, 4 complete different phases, and
Yeah.
I felt like I completely skipped this part. I have no clue, and so and end of the day, it is a platform where people are. Everyone is there. मेरी मम्मी से लेके मेरे मामी तक everyone is on Facebook, Instagram. So at the end of the day, you can't be this ऐसे कट्टर थॉट वाला कि यार सोशल मीडिया कुछ नहीं है तुम अपना काम
नहीं,
करो
नहीं,
वगैरह.
नहीं.
And so you have to put yourself out there, man. It is important. So the people who feel ki not putting out on social media, that is a very comfortable thought at the end of the day, which I was a victim of. I was
हाँ.
very comfortable thinking ki अरे, and I had this very nice image also in college वगैरह कि अरे ये तो Instagram वगैरह पे है नहीं, कितना
नहीं,
दिन
I
होता
don't.
होगा इसके पास.
नहीं, but I think that you should not like demonize yourself for not being on social media. I think
Yeah,
that's
I'm
your
not. I am
privilege.
not. Oh yeah.
It's about if you're doing it for the right reasons also. I mean,
Yes.
just not being on social media for the heck of it is also a good thing.
Exactly. It had its pros. It had so many pros, and I am glad that I was not a part because I wouldn't be here if I was not a part there. But I also feel that I was not part of it, which made me skip on a lot of things.
Yeah.
But now that I've stepped, there is this consistency thing, there's this pressure thing where you get to hear a lot of things, and I am around a few digital marketing kind of people who just post so many different things, post so many these things, they say happy Pongal, happy Sankranti, ye wo. That is important for a business वगैरह, but then if you are putting that out and people are genuinely not looking at it, then what's the point? It is going to get you numbers at the end of the day. वो तुम्हारे followers वगैरह में दिखेंगे numbers. But if you are spamming stuff, I don't know. And I was a victim. I'm not. I won't call myself a victim, but I used to think that कि अभी चल मैंने docu डाला है, अभी मैं 10 और चीज डालूंगा, 20 और चीज डालूंगा. But अभी पता नहीं. I am not so used to putting things out, but
Yeah, but I think Paul Thomas Anderson was talking about this. Right? He said that after making a movie of this false energy, where you want to make another movie immediately, after you put something out, after you shot something, you're like, what is the next thing I'll be working on? You know, that's always there, right? You're always in that process. I'm sure
definitely
everybody. Like, so it is the whole thing. I think you can use that to your advantage and just, I mean, do it. If it's not good, don't put it out. I mean, whatever you want to do with it. But I think also in terms of like, this is now it has to be this good only, or it has to be this type only.
Yeah.
Because the first time you put it, you didn't know anything. It was a clean slate.
Exactly.
So rather than just thinking that your own sort of work coming in the way of your own work, because as a person, it's important for you to express yourself, right? Via your work. If your expression is result oriented and not process oriented, then you're always going to do something to please people, and you yourself, your assessment of pleasing people in the first time was very like public oriented. You didn't know what it was, right? You just did it on the basis of what you gauged, and then you went, oh, this is what works. But I think it is equally important to not take yourself seriously sometimes and just do stuff for the heck of it.
Yeah, that is true. That
because that can be very liberating. You just make a video of you just having a shower for a minute. I just figured out a video. It doesn't matter, bro. I mean, I'm just saying that you probably might become the best shower podcaster. You could be just shower thoughts, or you're just talking in the shower and you're talking about geopolitics or whatever. You know, it could be anything, bro. You never know how things work out. You don't know
exactly
for existing thing also. So it could be anything. It's just like moisturizing yourself and talking about stuff. It could be anything, bro. So, I mean,
this is nice, man. So yeah. I did have a few thoughts,
it
but
got a little kinky, but I'm sorry. But yeah.
But what you said is very true, man. I kept holding myself because consistency, ये वो मैंने ऐसे सब चीजें सुन लिया, and I want to stop that. Abhi next, I am putting my hands on Photoshop and I'm enjoying it. So maybe I might not put a video content out. Maybe I want to do something on Photoshop.
Yeah.
Maybe
Just
I
do
want
it.
to do
Start a
something.
new page if you think that this is coming in your way. Just start a new page. Start doing stuff on that.
Yeah, exactly.
That is
So
what I
yeah.
do. Yeah, that's what I try to do. Like I have a page where I just put random stuff out. So
Good.
that's the main account. I'm kidding. So, no,
But
yeah,
that.
account also, yeah. But yeah.
Why though? I have to channelize all of that, and maybe I might put it out, man. What you just said makes a lot of sense, and it this made me a little more comfortable, to be honest. What you just said.
I'm glad, bro. I'm glad because I think that sometimes your own expectations can sort of.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, not
over-analyzing also. I'm just saying that it's all chill. But I think sometimes you just, I mean, not to put yourself in a box and say that now I'm only going to do documentaries. I'm only going to talk about India artists. You can find your voice, definitely, man. I mean, for sure. But I think that just keep doing stuff, man. Just keep doing different stuff. Whatever works. If it doesn't, just don't put it out. I mean, okay, what is it?
Yeah, there are some.
Or sometimes just put it out and get surprised to the core by realizing that, oh my God, what if I not put, like Gary Vee talks about this, like he was saying that your biggest song is the song that you not released, it's on a desktop or something. He was talking to Russ or something.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah, and I think that worked with Russ also, where like he had one song and he put it out and it blew up or something.
This happened with me as well. So, okay, so I am a part of this thrift store thing.
Okay.
And usme, so we put out these posts. Usually concept wise, video wise वगैरह. Now अभी lockdown हो गया, so we don't usually get some concepts to go out and shoot in a way. So I was like, hey, I tried Photoshop.
I'm really fascinated by like the hype, the thrift, all these new, I mean, these trends which
the last few posts I started photoshopping वगैरह उस पे. And I got good. मतलब मैं वो time pass के लिए किया था. मतलब I was not very serious about it. I was like, ठीक है, कर देता हूँ. And I started getting good responses from people, very different kind of people. And I was like, okay, so people are liking this genuinely. मैंने कितना 5 मिनट लगाया इसमें और थोड़े में मैंने बहुत टाइम लगाया उसमें मेरे को कुछ आया ही नहीं.
Right.
So ऐसे सब you
can't say, you never know what works. You never know what works.
Exactly.
You have to be a spectator to certain things, but at the same time ensure that you are putting the sincere effort in front. Sometimes you're just a spectator. So sometimes it's such a mixed bag. You can't say what works. Sometimes the hardest you work on gets the best results. Sometimes the least you work on might not get any results, or vice versa.
Hey, very true. That's what.
You have to realize you don't know anything, and you just have to keep assessing and adapting as time goes by and keep just doing stuff. So,
true. But you made me a little comfortable about this thing. So let's see if something comes up on my feed very soon.
Bro, just take like you said, just go and shoot. Take your camera and just phone and just shoot something, bro. Just like random stuff. I feel that it's just about filmmaking is like a medium for like channelizing. That's how I look at it. It's just
that is that. Why is the channelizing part? So I always used to like drawings वगैरह, but I couldn't do. मेरा handwriting तो खराब था. Now with the medium of camera, at least I'm getting to express myself. So that is another medium. So yeah.
Absolutely. For sure. So this is like a question that we ask in every podcast. This is what we call the corporate question, and Pathbhai asks this because he's from the corporate world. So I mean, yeah. So Pathbhai is going to be asking a question.
So the question is simple, and you'll understand why this is a corporate question per se. There's a question: what do you think of yourself in the coming 5 years or so, something like that? But what we want to frame it like is, what do we expect?
What is the ideal impact? Yeah. What is the ideal impact of your work that you would want to?
Right.
Okay. Didn't sign up for an interview. But yeah, no. But
how generally you would want them to be?
Yeah, that's basically, What do you think that this is an idea of what I want to happen?
Yeah.
Okay, so what you guys can expect out of me is, I don't know, you might see me continuing being a journalist while documenting something, because I am a changed person every month. I am not consistent. अभी मैं सोच रहा था masters करूँ, अभी सोच रहा हूँ कि masters नहीं करूँ, and there are different things that I'm exploring right now. So I am working on music video ideas right now, and I am enjoying it. I don't know if I'm enjoying it more than a documentary, or if I will enjoy it more than a documentary, but you'll see me do different things from different spectrums.
Right.
I might be doing motion graphics. You never know. Photoshop से मैं motion graphics सीख गया. So I don't know. You can see a variety of me, but that one thing I can give you is ki I may not be consistent with what I do, but I will at least be a consistent expresser.
Yeah, best answer.
Yeah.
Best answer. Best answer. I think you said what I would ideally want to say, that what I want to do. I mean, yeah, bro. I mean, you articulated it so well. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Because I think that is what is important. I mean, totally
So
agree.
yeah, mostly that. Let's see.
For sure, bro. For sure. But on that note, thank you so much for joining, bro. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I think we'd love to have you back also very soon.
It was wonderful, man. I am very glad something like this happened. I didn't think of this while I was editing. But yeah, it was so welcoming, and I started feeling confident about myself. At least I'll go chin up on my next project, thinking at least people are looking up on something like this.
Sure, bro. I mean, not to a point where people in the frame are like, this guy's not even looking down. He's just too proud. He's looking at the sky and giving us directions, and we don't know what to do. It's been 10 days. And I think this is how he talks. So we have to climb on a ladder and communicate with this guy.
Damn, man. Yeah. So, hey, thanks a lot for this. It helped me talk about a lot of things which I couldn't talk through social media, and because of lockdown, I couldn't thank a lot of people, vagara. But yeah,
I'm so glad, bro. I'm so glad. Thank you so much for taking out the time. And
thanks, man. Thanks.
Yeah, man. I'm going to trouble you for the documentary project.
Hey, definitely hit me up, and I'm genuinely telling you. Come, let's discuss. It'll help me grow. It'll help you grow. It's a win-win situation.
Absolutely, bro. बिल्कुल करते हैं.
Yes, I have nothing to hide. Yeah.
अरे बिल्कुल यार, बिल्कुल. And let us know. I found that whole thrift aspect also very interesting. So we probably
definitely let's talk about that someday, aram se.
Sure, bro.
And maybe in next project we talk. Maybe someone's music videos coming out and you guys enjoying it. That's when we talk next.
Yeah, bro. Absolutely, bro. No, music videos, so I also enjoy a lot, bro. I think it's just, I mean, I think music videos is its own thing also. So it'll be interesting to see.
So yeah, that is something that I'm planning on and working on.
We ourselves met on a music video. We ourselves are supposed to do a music video. I forgot.
Yeah. With an artist. I don't.
The particular artist. Name. Let's not name it.
But yeah, hey, let's definitely work someday. Aram se. And
you're in Pune right now. You're in Pune only, na?
Yeah. Right now I'm in Pune. It was fun, man. This was genuinely fun. I haven't expressed myself from so long.
Same here. And so, guys who made it to this point, please go and follow Raghav at Raghav Parmar. We're going to link his Instagram in the bio. Also, we're going to link the documentary series Homegrown. Please go and check it out. And if you made it till this point of the podcast, please go and follow soundshome.pod on Instagram. We have our website also, which is www.soundshomepodcast.com. We also put out a podcast on audio streaming platforms. We put out a podcast every Friday on YouTube. If you're watching this, please subscribe. And
I also wanted to add a point. If you guys are genuinely if you guys are watching my documentary vagara, so whoever those artists were, please do follow them and support them as well.
I was going to say that. Absolutely. Please go and follow them.
Yes.
Yeah. So absolutely. That's a wonderful thing. Yeah, I should. Absolutely. Please go and follow the artists also, guys, and support indie artists. And also big shout out to Saurabh Tripathi for doing the artwork. So I mean, he deserves a lot more. Yes.
So there was this secret episode of Saurabh Tripathi as well. That is also going to grave with me.
Why?
Maybe some other time. Let's talk about that some other time. Shout out Saurabh Tripathi for your artwork.
I think you should do it in the sequel. You should get Saurabh Tripathi in the sequel. Because I think he's come a long way
from 2019. He deserves a better platform. He deserves a better this thing.
Yeah, bro. I think definitely, bro. Like a whole Ankleshwar vibe and like Pune Ankleshwar photos. It'll be interesting.
Definitely, man. Hey, वापस आजा Pune if you're up to this point.
आजा नादान परिंदे घर आजा. But yes, absolutely. And we all had met at that particular venue. Partha was playing. So, and also the person from a documentary was playing. Yes, absolutely. So
Himanshu.
Yes, we met at High Spirits. All of us were there actually. So yeah, you guys came at like towards the end of the gig, but yeah.
Yeah. That's what I missed. Part. Maybe next time whenever you're performing, just drop me a text.
Yeah, man. Whenever things open up.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll also catch up, bro. We'll also catch up.
Done. And Part, best of luck for your single that's coming out.
Yes.
I'm genuinely excited.
Thanks, sir. Thanks.
Good.
Absolutely.
And let's catch up, Bharat.
हाँ bro, done. We'll definitely आने के हफ्ते में we'll figure something out. ठीक है?
And put your work out, man. Don't worry about it. There's no landmark.
Thank you,
There's
bro.
no.
We're trying to put out every week, but yeah, I mean, narrative work needs to come out. So absolutely, bro. I want to. I mean, yeah, I mean, talking to you also sort of like made me into the thinking. Now it's good to like sort of put work out.
I'm glad, man. I'm so glad. Keep doing what you guys do.
Yes.
Don't
Thank you
stop.
so much.
ठीक है?
Thank you so much. Chalo, see you around.
So,
चलो, take
Bye,
care, man.
bye.
See you,
Bye.
man.
Bye.
Bye.